The Prudential College Football Halftime Report is brought to you by The Prudential. Your Prudential representative goes above and beyond to meet your needs in insurance and other financial services. The Prudential, your rock in financial services. Now from Studio One in New York, Al Trautwig.
Good afternoon. So Notre Dame rolling so far through 2 quarters and leading USC 20-7. No games to really top this one in terms of importance, but one big game for a top 10 team and some other important interstate rivalries. First, in Miami, Florida, the Hurricanes got a close call with the Arkansas Razorbacks in the Orange Bowl underneath the palm trees. In the first quarter, Miami's Steve Walsh on a little bit of a trick play and a great fake, a 44-yard pass to Dale Dawkins. Walsh threw for 361 yards on the day, but no touchdowns. That did, however, set up the first Miami score. In the third quarter, Arkansas's Quinn Grovey, a 16-yard touchdown pass after scrambling, dipsy-doodling himself and weaving out of the way, finally finding Barry Foster, but the 2-point conversion failed miserably. Arkansas led 16-15. Now, fourth quarter, about 5 minutes to go in the game. This pass should have been intercepted. It wasn't. On the next play, Miami kicks the winning field goal and goes on to win. After the game, I talked to Coach Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy, you predicted a bit of sluggishness on the part of your Hurricanes today, and I think it came true. Why was that?
Well, we had such an easy win against them last year, winning 51-7, and then we had an easy win last week against LSU, and we were unemotional all week long. Everybody's talking about national championships, and I knew it'd be a very tough game. And we failed to convert at least 4 fourth down situations, and so it made for a tight game.
Jimmy, there are a lot of people who, when thinking about national championship, think that a blowout today by the Hurricanes over Arkansas would have enhanced your argument. Do you feel that you may have lost a little bit there?
Well, all I know is we beat an undefeated Southwest Conference champion, a team that was 10-0. So far this season, we beat the Big Ten champion. We beat the Southeastern Conference co-champion. We beat Florida State. What else do they want us to do other than beat the Southwest Conference champion?
Favored by 17, Miami wins by 2. Now, yesterday in Birmingham, Alabama, the hotly contested Iron Bowl, and they were chanting War Eagle there for the #1 defense in America. The Tigers' Ron Stallworth tackles Alabama quarterback David Smith in the end zone for a safety. A tough day was underway for Coach Bill Curry of the Crimson Tide. In the second quarter, Auburn's Quentin Riggins deflects another David Smith pass, and he carries it out from the Auburn 4 to the 12-yard line. In the third quarter, the controversial play of the game. 2nd and 8 on the Alabama 14. Reggie Slack to Freddie Weigand. Is he in or is he out? The referees said he was in, but he does look out. They go on to score the touchdown to make it 15-3. The final score was Auburn 15-10. Now, that solidified the last remaining bowl berth. Florida State, 5th ranked in Florida tonight, an important game in the Sunshine State, no doubt about it. But Auburn, with that victory, will go on to face Florida State in the Sugar Bowl. You'll see it here on ABC Sports on January 2nd. Auburn's defense is great, but how's their offense going to be against the Seminoles? That remains to be seen. Houston got a slow start today. They were actually tied with Rice at one point, 14-all, but Jack Pardee's run-and-shoot squad came out smoking. In the first quarter, Jason Phillips from Andre Ware, his 100th catch of the season. He had 8 more on the day for over 1,400 yards on the season, the second highest total ever. In the third quarter, his teammate, James Dixon, would also receive his 100th catch of the season. He went on to catch 2 more on the day and went over 1,100 yards on the year. Quarterback Andre Ware threw 5 touchdowns and a Southwest Conference record 471 yards. You're looking at college football history in the making. Those 2 players are #1 and 2 in America, and they're on the same team. Georgia and Georgia Tech today. The Bulldogs win at 24-3. Not a day to dance for the Yellow Jackets at all. In the third quarter, Wycliffe Lovelace, a defensive end from Clewiston, Florida, intercepts this pass and goes 33 yards for the touchdown to make it Bulldogs 17-3. It was a day to celebrate in Athens, for not only did Georgia win, but Vince Dooley records his 200th career victory. He's the 10th 1A coach to do that and only the 2nd Southeastern Conference coach to do it. Paul Bear Bryant was the first. The Egg Bowl for the Golden Egg, heavy rain and tornado warnings. Mississippi leading Mississippi State in Jackson 26-6. 39-mile-per-hour winds in Nashville actually knocked 122-yard field goal attempt backwards. Tennessee beats Vanderbilt anyway 14-7. Suffering jet lag perhaps from their trip to Dublin last week, Boston College surprisingly loses to Temple 45-28. And concluding his amazing 46th season, Grambling coach Eddie Robinson has a slim 3-0 lead over Southern University in New Orleans. When we return, a look at some of the special players who have enhanced the tradition of USC Notre Dame.
Soar beyond your expectations. Today, the Prudential can show you a new world of financial opportunities. Look to the Rock for stocks and bonds, mutual funds. Feel its strength in CDs, insurance and mortgages. With the right choices, the right guidance, you can move mountains. The Prudential, your rock in financial services.
The Pacific 10 Conference, comprised of the universities of Southern California, Oregon, California, Washington State, Arizona, Oregon State, UCLA, Arizona State, Washington, and Stanford. Unparalleled in athletic achievement and winner of more NCAA championships than any other conference, the Pacific 10 stretches from Arizona in the southwest, north to California, Oregon, and Washington. Unsurpassed in academic excellence, Pac-10 schools have been providing the best in quality education for more than a century, offering degrees in agriculture, music, art, drama, and dance, as well as the sciences, including medicine, computer science, engineering, business, and law. The Pacific 10 Conference, leading America into the 21st century.
We go above and beyond just like you, above and beyond what we have to do.
I'm a Prudential representative, and I help people review their life insurance needs because I know how much the right life insurance means to me and my family.
You take pride in your life, so do we. Going above and beyond is our policy. The Rock, the Prudential, above and beyond.
USC quarterback Rodney Peete taking his lumps, and number 1 leads number 2 by 13 points at halftime on ABC Sports this afternoon. Now, of course, we're a week away from the Heisman Trophy balloting, and that's a large topic of conversation in college football. And really, there's no better topic than to put USC and Notre Dame in perspective, because there have been 11 very special men over the years who have won the Heisman Trophy for both of these schools. And all they have done is enhance a rivalry that is tradition-rich. It is truly one of the most important and special rivalries in all of college football. Yesterday, we met some of these special men. They are memories in the mist, as solid as bronze. Reasons for the spotlight on USC and Notre Dame, 11 reasons called Heisman. Notre Dame quarterback Angelo Bertelli took the first Heisman by either school in '43, and the Irish put their names on 6 before the Trojans had any. In 1965, the Southern Cal sun would shine, though, on Mike Garrett, the first of 4 SC running back Heisman winners. In 1987, Tim Brown did for South Bend what Rodney Peete is doing for L.A. After slumping, the magic is back. Bertelli, John Lujack, Leon Hart, John Latner, Paul Horning, and John Ewart, more winners than any other school. The Trojans are 3rd on the all-time list, and beware of Trojans bearing footballs like Garrett, Simpson, Charles White, and Marcus Allen out of the backfield and into history. Yesterday, many of these award winners met at a luncheon on USC's home turf, and a few remarkable people reflected the emotion, the quotes, the humor, and the memories. John Lujack, who won the Heisman Trophy in 1947, was sure that his team had the advantage because of divine intervention, and America wanted to hear and read all about it.
A lot of you remember, or at least made fun from time to time, that Notre Dame used to win because we had Catholic referees at Notre Dame, and that's not true. I remember one time in that game there was a flag thrown, and this referee came up to the head linesman and said, "What's the problem?" And he says, "Notre Dame was offside," and he says, "No, we weren't."
Leon Hart, the 1949 Heisman winner, reminisced that his team's win over the Trojans wasn't nearly as eventful as the train ride out to Los Angeles that took days.
We would come across many small stops. The train would stop at all these individual train stops, and the grade school or high school band would be out there greeting us. We may have had about 10 or 12 stops on the way into California, and every time we stopped, there was a band playing the Notre Dame Victory March.
By the 60s, USC had gained the edge in the rivalry, thanks mostly to 1968 award winner O.J. Simpson and coach John McKay. In '67, McKay held his team in the locker room and kept the Irish waiting in retaliation for a similar Notre Dame stunt 2 years before.
The official said if we didn't take the field, we would forfeit the game. And McKay turned to the team and told us to get dressed. We were going home. and we were all in shock. Well, needless to say, Notre Dame took the field. We went out and went on because McKay had pretty much set the example that we weren't going to take anything from these guys today. We went out there and we beat them 24-7, and it's the first time we won back there in 35 years.
As impressive as the credentials were of those assembled in Los Angeles yesterday, it was clear to all of them that the loyalties to their teams far transcended any individual achievements. And at Notre Dame and USC, these loyalties don't die easily.
You know, a lot of people have said that winning at Notre Dame is a matter of life and death, and that is not true. It's a lot more important than that.
Overall, 47 former Heisman winners and 917 people overall will vote by December 1st at 5 p.m. Good luck to Mr. Aikman, Mr. Pete, Mr. Sanders, and Mr. Walsh for this year's Heisman Trophy. We'll be back in a moment on ABC.